Hi, I hope you're doing well. This has been quite a while yet again. Although just yesterday I was reading about new rules of YouTube, which is that now we need 8,000 watch hours. Like, are you kidding me? Right now, till February 2027, we have like 4,000 hours. And last year, just last year, I was like so close to hitting 4,000. I was at 3,700 to be precise, and I was just like 2 to 3 videos away. Ended up not taking the chance. So this is the year 2026 is the year. Let's see how we go about it. Why do I want to be a YouTuber? First, just to connect with so many different genres of people, so many, like, from any country, from all over the world, I can connect with you. Second is 110% freedom it gives, the freedom to be anywhere and still do the job. I love that freedom. The payments are great, that's what I've heard, but I'll not comment on it until I become a part of it. So I think the third, if not monetary, it has to be the emotional fulfillment that I kept putting myself out there in every phase of my life, documented my journey of my thoughts, which are like evolving every single year. That's gonna be interesting to watch once we are older. So to give you context, 2 weeks back, I stumbled upon Substack. So Substack is nothing but like an Instagram for writers and readers. So, I have been finding such interesting topics on Substack that my morning schedule now shifted from, constantly checking what to watch in this morning to making notes from Substack articles. And it has been a good revelation so far. Like you feel you're knowing something new every single day, which is beautiful. To start with the topic, it is how to be dangerously articulate. Credit him for what I'm going to tell you. How to be dangerously articulate. First is embracing uncertainty over certainty. So, for the first time in my life, I actually got kind of validation because I'm always like, if you have to be articulate, you don't have to sound right. You just have to sound you. Like, you need to just sound authentic, because when you are talking from your brain, from your own thoughts, you are authentic. So I love that thing. For example, if you do not know something, that's okay. Make that your strength. Ask questions. Be curious. Make that not knowing authentic. You do not have to shy away from not knowing something. When you keep asking questions and you keep getting the answers all around you, or be it on internet, be it from someone you're talking in a conversation, your heart and soul will finally realize, like, this is what I want to talk about on my YouTube. This is what I want to talk about in life. This is what I want to know more about, which I did not have any clue of yet. So have that confidence that if I do not know something, that's amazing. That means I get to know it. Second is become obsessed with your genuine curiosity. I loved this line. Like, if you are genuinely curious about something, you need to become obsessed with it. You cannot like fake it till make it in this scenario. You have to like read so much about it, research as much as you want to, like, be answerable to your curiosity. Make notes. I love making notes, and I always think it is not being talked much, that you gotta make notes in order to understand what you just read, in order to increase the retention of what you just read. I think more than what you gain in life, what you lose in life, what you avoid in life, what you need to avoid in life, those are the lessons that you get from not knowing something and then becoming obsessed about knowing it. The third point is practicing thinking out loudly. This is what I'm doing right now. When you think a lot and you say to an audience, I read this in this book called Creative Act of Being, and in that also this certain thing was there, that whatever you read about today and whatever you felt was beautiful, tell it to an audience. Like, this is one of the things me and my partner does. Like, on our morning coffee, we sit and we kind of talk about the things we maybe read last night, or the things that he read this morning, I read this morning, and we just like communicate with each other. And in that way, what are we doing is, it's like a practice that you do where you keep that thing that you read in you for a longer period of time. So there's a high chance of remembering that thing when you get older, or when you're in a certain situation and you're giving a speech, and suddenly that thing pops up in your head which you read about that day. It's a beautiful practice. Keep doing doing that. I used to do it on my YouTube all the time. Every time I used to read something, I used to make a video about it. So this is what I'm doing right now also. I'm thinking out loud in terms of what I read last week. And it's so much helpful, not just to you, but to me also, because in that way, first, I'm revising what I read and from my notes. And then second, it might help someone who is just looking to find confidence in this world, to be articulate in what he or she's speaking. Learn to angle your interest. This was so interesting to read. I'll just read it out loud. Connect your weird obsessions to other people's problems. Learn to weaponize your unique combination of interests into solutions that the world needs. This is what makes you irreplaceable as a profound thinker. Now, what I understood from all of this is, if my particular interest is making videos, or if my particular interest is maybe, journaling, that is one of my interests. So, like putting it out in the world as my interest, but as a way that solves their problems also. I think that's a beautiful combination that you create, which put some impact in the outside world and definitely in your inner world as well. And then finally, the fifth one, find joy in the endless practices. I find this so beautiful because I always think that reaching somewhere is not the goal. I'm not a very ambitious person, and I used to think that was a bad thing until recently I realized, and I validated my feelings that it's not. I do not have to reach somewhere. I just need to like enjoy the struggle. If you want to call it struggle, it's struggle. If you want to call it the journey, it's journey, whatever you want to call it. I call it the journey of my life. And some days I'm thinking quite a lot about it and I'm overwhelmed. And some day I'm just relaxed. And some days I just feel so beautiful that I am given this life, that this is how I'm living, that like this is my table. I'm actually feeling extremely grateful on some days. And when the days I'm not, I know that this is just one of those days. So I think finding the joy in those little moments when you're not feeling good, but still you do know that this is temporary and I will start feeling good, I think that's beautiful. When it comes to, reaching a certain destination, will I ever even reach there? Will I even ever be able to, like, okay, that reminds me of another thing I just read in this book called Big Magic, which I'm reading these days. It said something about how your success depends on three things, which is like luck, talent, and discipline is the only thing that you have in hand. Talent, many people have very generic and beautiful talent like singing and dancing, and they're doing it since like what 4 years old they are, and they are doing it till the time they have their career up and running. Beautiful. Some people are extremely talented, but they don't get to see their talent. They don't get to what is my talent. And so I think that's luck. Then and then comes the discipline. I think all of these three things, only discipline is what is in our hands. So this was very beautiful to read in that book, that success is amalgamation of like these three things. It depends on your talent, luck, and discipline. And like if someone asks you tomorrow, like, why are you doing all of this, what if you never gain success that you're looking for? What is the point of all of it then? Like, what if you never achieve it? Then my answer is and will be that if you are asking that question, you probably don't know what I'm doing. You probably have no clue why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I, for once in my life, now know that success is, you keep changing the definition of the success. You are manifesting a lot of things, and a lot of things will happen. They are like in your parallel version reality, it's all happening, and I do know it anyways. But believing that this life, the daily mundane moments that we're living, it is what life is. And I think, yeah, that was it. That was the video. How to be dangerously articulate was such a beautiful title to this video, which helped me make my video as well. So thank you again for watching, and I'll come up with a whole lot of videos this month because I have so much to say. My entire Substack is like filled with such beautiful titles. I just look at the title, I'm like, wow, this title is so beautiful. Let's talk about it. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I just gave you, if you're a YouTuber beginner, want to know what to make every day, maybe I just gave you an idea. That's it. I'll see you in the next video.